I'm just trying to understand if the shoe was on the other foot, if you will, what you would do about it. Clearly, if you're the governor of Massachusetts, you have a huge hole as a result of COVID. You have workers who would have otherwise typically paid taxes into the state, not paying taxes under the scenario you're talking about. New Hampshire clearly has been a beneficiary of, frankly, some of the taxes and what's taken place inside Massachusetts, in the same way that states around the tri-state have been beneficiaries of New York and New Jersey and others that have done things. Why would you want to penalize them?
I'm not doing anything. I'm not penalizing them. Our workers are working in New Hampshire. And if Massachusetts has revenue issues, what they should do is lower their taxes, get rid of regulatory burdens, and be a very attractive place for business and families to want to go to, right, instead of leaving the inner cities in droves. So they have to drive their own solutions. When we have a problem in New Hampshire, I don't go to New York and Massachusetts and whine about it and say, well, you have to change your system to come, meet our needs. That's not appropriate at all. So we in New Hampshire say, look, we're the 603. We're going to make it better than everybody else.
Do you believe that your success, New Hampshire's success, is tied at all to the success of Massachusetts, which is to say, if Massachusetts becomes a materially less desirable place for businesses to be established and to have headquarters and the like, many of which have historically been places that people who live in New Hampshire have worked. If those companies say, you know what, Massachusetts, these guys are having a tough time, we're going to move to Texas, that's not good for you either.
Well, they're not going to Texas. They're coming to New Hampshire. See, so look, we're all tied together. We're in it together, especially across New England. Vermont, Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, we are all in this together. But when it comes to being attractive, we don't want anybody to do badly by any means, but we're the place that everyone is now coming to because we could be part of that cultural center, that education center, whatever it might be, but still have those individual liberties, put businesses first, put employees first. We just don't burden people like that. And we have a model that works. I wish all of the states in New England would copy our model, right? I mean, why are so many people coming out of New York? Sure, some might go to Texas or whatever it might be, but I also have companies from California coming here, right? They're jumping right over New York and Boston. They're landing right in New Hampshire. So we're very proud of that. But it's not just tradition. It's an economic model, right? It's a capitalistic, model where we say competition drives success for the individual, not for government. It's not about how much money the government needs or can get. Why don't you try trimming the fat out of your government, becoming more efficient? Yeah.
Governor, this matters in a big way for a lot of places, not just New Hampshire and Massachusetts, obviously for New York City, Connecticut, New Jersey. You think of places like Chicago and Indiana, and places, anywhere there's a city that's near a border with another state. This is going to be a really big deal. What do you think will happen with the Supreme Court? What are the odds on this? When do you think we'll have some answer with this as to what happens?
Well, I think we're going to know within the next month or so whether they'll hear the case. They only hear about 100, 150 cases. If for some reason they choose not to hear the case, we can still go to a federal court on it. But it will have ramifications across the country, right? Because, look, to your point, in these cities, bad policy is catching up to everybody. These larger cities, people are leaving in droves. There's a massive deurbanization. I think you're going to get a commercial real estate crunch, in a macroeconomic scale across this country. On a micro scale, on a Main Street scale, we're doing very, very well, especially here in New Hampshire, but even across the rest of the country. But, when you see the airlines and what's going to happen with some of the commercial stuff, especially in those inner cities, you're going to see massive, billions and billions of dollars of write-downs. That will have an impact on us for sure. But again, you can't just start taking it out of the hides of individuals that don't live and work in your state anymore. There's a clear, that's what due process in the Constitution defines. So we'll know in the next couple of months if they take it up. But even if they don't, we have other paths to pursue as well.
If they don't take it up and you decide to take this to a federal appeals court, what happens in the meantime? Are you negotiating with Massachusetts or with Boston in any way to try and figure out if there's some split the difference type of solution, or is this an all or nothing?
Well, I haven't started any negotiate. Charlie Baker and I talk all the time. We've been talking about hockey a lot lately, frankly. Have not started a negotiation process or anything like that, but I think we'll wait to see what happens in the Supreme Court, and then maybe I'll bring it up in one of our non-awkward conversations between me and Charlie. We'll see what happens.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.